I'm really excited to review this PowerConf C300 webcam from Anker. So this is not a budget webcam. It has a lot of features. It comes with its own software. And let's see how well it does. So for comparison, I have this set up not with my usual rig, but right now I'm actually recording it directly into Zoom because how you would use a webcam is like that, right? But the camera that I'm using right now, it's a very high-end Olympus OM-D EM5 with a professional lens on it. So very high quality lens. And that's what I normally use for Zoom calls. But anyway, I'm just going to show you the device first. So this is a box, very much Anker style, very well packaged. Instructions, nobody cares. You should download the software to install it. It's a USB-C only device. Anker being Anker, it comes with a very nice USB-C cable. It's a little bit out of focus here. And this is the camera. So very well built. Has a good mounting system. A quarter, must be a quarter-inch hole so that you can mount it onto a tripod or whatever other things you have. And a kind of recessed USB-C port, which is interesting. There's a little bit of plastic here protecting it for now. But let me get this installed, and I will do a quality comparison. All right, so I'm recording directly into Zoom with the Anker C300 camera right in front of me here, and I'm using its mic input as well. The default mode, it's a pretty wide screen, so I see all the mess behind me, unfortunately. But the interesting thing is that it comes with software that you can configure the camera. So I'm just going to look away for a little bit, find the software. And let's see if I can do this while Zoom is on. So right now, it is at the widest setting. I'm going to turn it a little bit closer. So now it is, according to the software, it went from a 115-degree wide field of view. It's now 90. And I can break it down to 78. So zoom in a little bit more. Another way that what you can do is there are some special modes. And I think these modes are software controlled as well. So if I go into mode and says personal mode, see how it kind of zoom in on its own. And I think it's actually looking for my head, which is kind of interesting. So I wonder if I try this again, go back to the first mode. There you go, personal mode. And if I move away to this way, so it is actually looking for me, which is interesting. There we go. So that's kind of cool, right? And then there is a streaming mode, which gives a little bit wider view and presumably is not going to look for me. And then finally, there is a meeting mode where it probably has a much wider field of view. So it's definitely interesting. Since I'm using this mostly for for Zoom calls, rather, I'm going to leave it into personal mode. Hopefully this works well. I have a very bright window, so let me just turn this around. So I kind of reset the camera now. It is in personal mode still and away from the window. The room is pretty bright, so you get this harsh but bright light. I'm going to turn on my video light. So this is how I normally would be doing my zoom in. So I have two lights on either side. They are a newer light panel that is set to a warm setting. So the color is a little bit better. And I think the result into the Anker is pretty good as well. All right, so I am recording it back on my Yeti mic. Show you here. So the audio quality is probably way better. I'm still recording into the Anker. This is again in the personal mode where it tried to zoom in on my face with professional lighting. I'm going to switch back to my regular camera, which is a much more expensive DSLR with a professional lens. So let's see. So here we are, we're back to using the Olympus OMD EM5 with a f2.0 long lens. So obviously I get the bokeh effect with the blur background and way more resolution, right? So this is definitely close to 4K, whereas the Anker camera, it's, I believe, 1080p. But, you know, this setup, it's more than 10 times the cost of the Anker. So I think the Anker camera, actually, it's very good. It definitely gives the other name brand like the Logitech a run for the money. The software, it's pretty good. I think it's still new. When I got it, it immediately did an upgrade. I'm sure they're going to improve the firmware to add more features as time goes by. So, so far, pretty good.